Now I'm making.
So to recap, we fought a 3-hour battle, which we didn't need to because my cleric turn ability should have destroyed
Everything.
most of what we fought. It turns out birds are dodgy. Would that be a good recap of the last session?
Dodgy
Birds
birds.
are dodgy.
Dodgy
Birds are
birds.
dodgy. Dodgy birds, and we fought a bunch of undead that should have instantly vaporized when I turned them.
Yeah. Already. Slight miscalculation.
Well, at least the barbarian got some smash time out of his system. Hey.
That's a desktop audio not playing. It's on the right thing, that's why. There we go, it's moving back to a default. It's working again. Right, yeah, so you're in about 2 foot of filthy water at the bottom of this giant hollowed out tree, surrounded by the remains of many dead, unfortunate people, less fortunate than themselves, and also the hacked up remains of the zombies that attacked you.
Yeah.
Oh, and as well as a rather dead Azaka and Salida.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Are you sure they're dead, Phil?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Took about the same amount of damage as they did with that other explosion and lived.
They weren't caught in that explosion.
I'm wondering if you get a refund.
Yeah, the only reason they survived was they didn't get caught in it like all the other ones did.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the what?
No.
So, okay, no, that's cool. So it's just those then.
Yeah.
Fafook's a bit battered, so he's going to rest up against the side of the tree trunk, and if you don't mind, he's going to cast a bit of a cure spell on himself.
Okay. So, like I said, this water's filthy and it stinks, and it's quite cold considering.
Did you find that far out?
Is that a giant cockroach?
Excuse me, that's me.
Oh, right.
I mean...
Yes.
I could tell it's acting because he's got a beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if spiders even go chitter chitter chitter, to be honest. But ah dear. Well, there doesn't appear there isn't any apparent exit. I believe Cade flew up and tried to see if you could see a way of getting out at the top, the way you came in, kind of thing. But yeah, no apparent way of egress.
Might be an idea to cast detect magic down here.
Yeah, we have time, so I cast detect magic as ritual.
You oh, there we go. Unpaused it.
Yep.
I just wanted to make sure the skull wasn't over my character.
I'm one moment. Let me get this.
Didn't Kay tell us that Luna saw that there were a way out?
Yeah, I share all information I gained, of course.
Yeah, I think you told us during the battle, didn't you? Well,
no,
you
there's no way out.
No, that Luna thought that there were a way out, but we'd have to climb
she
up.
said there was a word that you could say.
Ah, right, okay.
Yes,
and we thought that might open the
yes
floor.
Yeah. That was it.
I'm going to punch an hole in the tree, Phil,
Okay.
Go to level
and
9,000.
just walk out.
Activate woodchopper.
So Luhai is genuinely doing that. He's going to attempt to punch his way out of the tree.
Super Saiyan. Over 9,000 level.
Sorry, what am I trying to do here? Sorry, I'm just looking out the my notepad file so I can get documenting.
I'm going to have a wander around, Phil.
Okay.
I'll do
Doing
it
anything in
just to
particular?
see.
Just sorry, go on.
Just having a general search around just to see if there's anything in particular that looks interesting or sticks out.
Okay.
I'll do the same, but I'll walk up the wall and walk around on the ceiling.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything?
Took's keeping a weather eye out, left, right, up, down. Clearly, we were
Pardon me.
lured into a trap by those dastardly birds.
I've got a talking
So-
sword.
So if any of them show their faces, he wants to light them up. And Cade, I think, was casting detect magic. So-
Yes.
Oh,
yes,
yes.
I am, yeah.
oh,
Indeed.
Did Fafuk get his hands on the mask that on Azaka's dead?
Well,
corpse?
if you want to go over, if you want to go through her belongings, see if
Yes, please.
see if it's there.
Yes, please.
Right. So, Cade, at first you cast detect magic. At first you don't notice anything, and until you look over in the direction of where Fafuk is ravaging, not ravaging.
Yeah,
Please no.
No, it probably is.
No, please no.
Going through, I'm forgetting my words there. Yeah, sort of scavenging what he can from Azaka's body.
Once I'm done with her dead body, I'll move over to Salida's dead body. Do the same.
Fafuk, the two-timing necrobard.
East.
So Phil, is there nothing or anything turning up in my detect magic? Anything?
Other than let me just see. Yeah.
Oh, I'll ask Kate to have a look at that amulet that I paid for upstairs.
The amulet.
Or,
It's
yeah,
nothing.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it.
It's nothing. It's not magic.
Ripped off as well.
even little gits.
Yes.
Oh, where's the stuff? PC sheets are rubbish. Right, so yeah, apart from like a general equipment that she's got and her weapons, the only interesting thing she's got is this mask, which Cade, you can detect transformation magic from.
Yeah, we knew that from when we snaffled it on Firefinger. We sort of
You sort of like I say, you have a cast around and don't really see anything else, and you're about to give up, and then you notice there's a faint aura coming from something on Salida.
that's Cade, by the way, not Fafuk. Cade.
Yeah.
If you want to point it out, then I'll snaffle it as well.
Yeah. I share all information I gather by the spell.
Okay.
What is it?
Right. Well, you can make a perception roll.
You mean me or Fufu?
Whoever is looking, who's checking Salida.
Well,
Salida, rather. Salida.
I'll be tossing the dead body while Cade points out anything glowing magical.
Okay.
So I'll roll a d20 then, I suppose.
Assume we have a jet.
With advantage, because Cade's
Yeah,
pointing
yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah. Fair enough.
That's a. Sorry, I rolled a single. I rolled it twice. 18.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so you find it. You can't. It takes a while before you find it. It's you find like a sort of secret pocket inside a tunic, and in. Let me just get this correct. Doo-doo. It's like a smoky black gemstone, perfectly a perfect sphere.
Any indication of what kind of magic? From Cade, that is.
Yeah, just one moment. It is evocation magic.
Yeah, no idea.
No, no idea.
Arcana roll from Cade, perhaps, to work out what it is, or do we have to do a detect magic?
Well, it's already detecting magic on it, so you could spend a long rest studying it and do an Arcana check.
How about if I cast Identify as Switcher? Would that help?
Yeah, you could try that. Try that and do an
Wonder if it's
Arcana
like
check.
Wonder if it's like one of those like protection stone things that you can get. What do they call them? Like anti-poison things, or I mean, it relax.
Do I have any advantage because of the spells on this
Yep,
Arcana
yep,
check
yep,
or no?
yeah, because you know the type of magic. So yeah, you can make the Arcana check with cast Identify, and make the Arcana check with advantage, sorry, not disadvantage.
Sorry, take the first one. Sorry,
The
I don't
first
know why
one,
it rolled.
righto.
17.
Let me just.
I don't know why it rolled 3 times. It should be twice.
Sorry, I'm just gonna have to open up some windows because I had to shut everything down when I'm messing about. What is it? What did you get again? Sorry.
17.
17.
17. Okay, so you think, you're pretty sure, in fact, that it is some kind of communication device.
Ooh.
Oh, what do they call them? Like a sending stone. Like that monkey sack we got given
Well, possibly.
from Nanny Poo Poo.
It's different, not as good quality, obviously, as the monkey scrotum. Yeah, seems to be some kind of communication device.
Okay. Well, let's park that one until we can spend a bit of mental brain space on this. I want to go murder me some flamingos.
I'm sure I was in communication with Wakanga.
Yeah, well, that would be my guess. Oh, maybe no, it's the dude who runs the guides. Maybe he's got like some of his special guides he sends out on expeditions with sending stones, so he can find out what's the crack. What do you think?
What treasure's been found and how
Yeah,
much of it he can tax.
Yeah, because he had this whole thing about maps, and every time you kind of like hinted at something that he didn't know about, he became very like, "What you talking about? Where you going?" You know, he was
Yeah.
very interested in treasure. So maybe this is his way of. Yeah. Okay. I'll
Didn't
put
we have
that
to
down as a possibility.
didn't we have to declare treasure or not when we got back, or am I thinking?
Yeah.
Well, the short answer is to the Flaming Fist, yes,
All right,
but
yeah.
not to the Wakanga merchant princes. But the merchant prince who controls the guides made his fortune by finding treasure. So maybe this is his way of keeping tabs on stuff that's been found.
Mm.
Okay, I'll make a note of that. Princes. Cool. Okay. Right. So, how do we get out of this?
Oh, so anyway, right. Meanwhile, Orbold and Tackling, you can make perception checks as well, I guess, while you're scanning around.
So we're assuming that we're gonna open the door again and come down and loot.
Ugh.
No, neither of you see anything, any apparent way out of here.
What's Luzai doing? Punching the tree.
I assume that was a joke.
Are we on the ground level now?
Well, it's that. Well, possibly.
we're
It's hard to tell.
We're up on the walkways. We went in like a floor up, and now we kind of dropped. I assume the water outside and inside would form a level. Is my guess.
So you fell quite
Um,
away. Put it that way.
Yeah. Hmm.
So how come all the stuff didn't fall down as well?
How come
all
they
the stuff, all the stuff upstairs didn't fall down?
Good question.
I have a theory. It's not a good one.
Perhaps
I
you're not the
think-
first people to like fall for that.
Hmm. Right. So, does the pseudo dragon see anything? Because that was swooping around earlier.
So no, Luna didn't find didn't find anything either. The only thing of note that Luna had to report was that she heard.
A keyword for the
Yes,
code.
yes, potentially, yeah.
Right, well,
Somebody tried saying the keyword.
why do we send the druid up as giant spider to go munch on some birds after we yell up the code word or something? Can the monks? Can you guys climb up the side of this tree, or maybe tie a rope around big druid spider, and the druid spider climbs out, and you guys climb up the rope to join him and start beating up some birds? And maybe Cade could cast fly on me, and then I could carry me and Cade up, something like that. What do you guys think?
I can cast fly on 2 different persons in the same time.
Okay, that's cool. So what do you guys think? Giant spider and a rope for the monks, and
So,
Cade
yeah.
and Fafouk fly up.
Sounds good to me. I think we need to try and find a way out first, though, don't we?
Well,
Yeah, I think the only way out is back up.
yeah.
I don't
mean,
think there's
unless-
supposed to be a way down here, but I'm assuming that there has to be a way to open it back up again, because I think that their treasure is they're getting it from all the dead bodies that's down here.
I mean, Fafouk can do a quick scan of the room as well to see if he can spot any other way out. Do you want me to roll perception
Yep,
Full.
yep, can do. Yep, take your 10 minutes or so.
I'll have a look as well, Phil.
Okay.
16.
16. Nope. Right. So yeah, looking around, don't really see anything. Then Lou High's in one cut of the sort of northern end of this room, and you suddenly your foot slips from underneath you, and you suddenly disappear under the water. It disappears under the water as you like fall into you step into a hole or a depression or something.
It disappears completely.
Just
The
like
hell?
Like that
I
works.
wonder if there's like an underwater tunnel out.
so. Yeah,
Um,
you like step, and you suddenly like like submerged in the water.
Got water breathing, haven't we?
Not
Yeah, we have it running constantly. You know, every day I cast it 12.
Wow, you're still doing that.
Yes, yes. Until further notice, yes.
Very
Even
good.
on my deathbed, I still gonna cast it.
Very good. I remember that.
The paranoia is real.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, you like freak out a bit at first, and then realise that you can breathe in this like filthy taste. It tastes even worse than it smells.
Get me green torch out, Phil.
Okay. Right. Yeah, go on.
Have a look around. What's causing this drop, this hole, wherever.
Okay, so you can see where the spot where Luai suddenly disappeared under the water. You see a green glow coming up through the water.
that swamp thing.
So yeah, there's appears to be like a hole. It goes deeper down.
Mm.
Is it just big
Come
enough
back
for
up,
like
to,
a person in, or
Sorry.
back up to the surface.
Okay.
is
You'll have-
it big enough for just a single person to go through, or is it wider, or
Well, Luhai will be able to tell you that if you ask him, maybe.
I
Oh,
think there may be a way out of here.
all right?
Can a giant spider join us?
I'll ask how big the hole is. Like how big's the passageway?
So yeah, it's wide enough for one person.
But
Yeah,
not a giant spider.
Probably not a giant spider then. Now,
No. It might be able to squeeze its way through, but it'll be hard going.
Well, Lazai, do you want to check to see it leads to the outside, and then we'll follow you out?
Yeah, can have a quick look.
Okay. Right. So Luhai disappears under the water again, and you sort of swim and half drag and claw your way through this muddy, root-choked, flooded tunnel, till eventually, after about just only a few minutes, if that, you spot it seems to be getting lighter ahead, and you eventually come to the surface in like a boggy area, not too far from the tree base of this big tree.
Cool. I'll go back through then.
Okay.
Tell him.
Go on then.
It's a way out, lads.
oh, nice one.
So,
No climbing involved.
I mean, the spider can't get out. So, sorry, Tacklan, you're gonna have to turn back to human form to come out this way.
Or form.
Cries in
Unless, say again.
Cries in spider. It's cool.
Oh, right. So you want me? Yeah, sorry, I forget. I've not done it so you can transform back again. Restore transformation. Ching.
Hi guys.
Oh, it's what do you want to do first? Do you want to heal up and rest first? Or?
I think we should get out of here first before they come up with some other bright ideas that we haven't thought of yet.
Well, it's still daytime, though, isn't it? So if we go out there and it's still daytime and then get spotted, and there's still a few of us injured, there's
Well-
more chance of us getting captured or killed.
I think we come out there and Cade just tosses fireballs at the tree until he runs out of spells, and then we sift the ashes for any goodies.
I wonder what
But
flamingo
you
tastes
guys
like.
don't want to do that?
No, because there's the potential for, if there is any loot in there, the potential to lose it.
Loot monster.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking of all my money getting melted.
Yeah, exactly. So, so what we want to do? Get out, rest up, or do we want to stay here and rest, and then attack them later?
When it comes out, it's only a few minutes from the tree.
Well, it's not even minutes from the tree, so it's maybe 100 feet from the 100 yards from the tree, if that.
I say we take a short rest here and then go out. But we
Okay.
don't take anything longer than a short rest.
So you'll not gain any benefits from from resting in here. By the way,
Oh, right.
it's wet and cold. It's uncomfortable,
Yeah.
and
Well,
also performing any kind of like first aid in here is probably
unhygienic.
yes at best.
Okay, well, I'll have to go outside and take a short rest then.
Cool.
So yeah,
Lead us on, Lazai. Lead us on.
you need
Have
to
to,
you need to get some get somewhere and be able to get comfortable.
just have to move away from area for a bit till we get rested up.
Yeah.
And then come back.
Yep.
Do that then. Exit the cave through the watery
Oh.
pit then.
Okay. Radio. So yeah, you all eventually emerge wet, muddy, and stinking from this bog, about 100 yards from the foot of the tree. It's not too far from tree line, so you could quite easily disappear back into this little sort of isolated jungle that you're in.
Maybe Leomund's tiny hut would be a good idea, Cade.
Yeah, I was thinking the same. So let's cast that.
Yeah.
So we've moved away.
Yeah, we've moved away a bit, so we've got a bit of cover, and then Leomund's tiny hut could just be like opaque, so they can't see in.
Okay, what are you going to do? Move out of sight, or you just so it's not?
Oh, move outside. Definitely move out of sight.
Yeah.
Okay. Radio. So you move away from the tree, and like I said, back inside the tree line. There's no sign of you don't hear or see any sign of your captors.
It's only about midday now, isn't it?
It is mid-afternoon.
Oh, mid-afternoon now. Hmm.
How injured are people?
Very,
Kentucky.
very, very, very. I'm hurt.
Yeah, stop being such a baby. I'll cast a cure on. Cade. And on, I think Obold's looking a little bit on the.
I'm fresh as a daisy.
Are we taking a short rest?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that thing?
Oh,
You get 8,
there we go.
Kate.
Thank you.
No problem. Friendly clerical service. And then add back.
Couldn't you? I'm going to say you. I was just going to roll a hit dice.
Oh, well, tell me what you look like, then I can cast a cure on you if you need it.
Yeah, that's good.
You look like you're a third of your way damaged, or
What do you think we're rolling twos?
a third of your way damaged, or
Yeah, that's better. I'm pretty much at full now. That's fine.
Me too.
okay. So what can you do on a short rest? 1 hit dice.
Just one.
No. So you can spend. You can spend spend as many as you want.
Yeah, I was going to
Short
say
rest.
two. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I believe. Let me just check. Let me just check that.
So when you click short rest, it says
Don't spend your dice.
Yeah.
you may spend remaining hit dice and recover primary or secondary resources.
Yeah, I mean that's using on base rules. Some of the stuff we've got is modified. I'll just check see if it's different. We're doing it slightly different. Perform like short rest. You can perform light activity. Can't perform strenuous activity. During a short rest, you can spend hit dice and a single use of healer's kit for each hit dice you spend.
Yeah, that
Roll the dice and add your Constitution modifier. Your character gains hit points equal to the total, a minimum of 0. You can decide to spend additional hit die after each roll, up to your character's maximum number of hit dice. Though this does not require additional uses of a healer's kit.
So 1 healer's kit charge, and then you can have as many hit dice as you like.
Yeah, you can spend you spend as much hit dice as you like. Yeah.
Wow, that was a roundabout way of saying that.
Yeah.
And
Cover all.
what? Where'd you find? Oh, there's short rest. E8. Cool.
So yeah. Can't perform anything other than light activity while you're resting, which is like reading, talking, eating, playing an instrument, unfortunately for everybody else, tending to wounds, standing watch, or similar things. Anything strenuous like walking, running, fighting, casting spells is classed as strenuous. Or similar is sort of cancels the short rest and you have to start
Yeah.
from scratch. Start again.
All right, short rest. Everyone rested up. Cade, you can take some short rest as well.
Okay.
Recover some hit dice.
Pardon me.
I'm at 98%. Anyone further than that?
That's about what I'm at.
Wow, is it taking that long to load up?
Yeah.
It shot up to 98 and then just stopped.
And then we start again.
Yeah.
Yeah, same here, same here.
If it sticks, you'll just have to reload, I guess. Not massively important. You can carry on. It's just I just changed the map, so it's not that scribble.
I've got it
Right,
working
so
on the PC, by the way, using Firefox instead of Chrome.
Sorry?
I've got it working again on the other PC, but using Firefox instead of Chrome.
Oh, right. Weird.
Weirdly.
right, so we've short rested. We
Short
planning our
rested,
next
which is an hour. Boom.
So we have a chit chat amongst ourselves. What's the plan? Go out there, gank them, get our stuff back. Hopefully some extras. What do you say? Shall we hit them at dawn after a long rest, or shall we hit them now when they're starting to nod off and go to sleep?
I think it'd be better going towards dusk.
Cool. I mean, I'm not sure if they can see in the dark, but I know at least half this party can with a bit of magic.
Hmm.
Go and see us coming. What do you guys think? Dusk or in the dark?
I think dusk would be the better idea.
Can I work out what? Can I ritually cast Identify on the mask?
Yeah, I guess so.
Cool. And I consult with Cade because his knowledge of Arcana is way better than mine.
Is that during a long rest, is it?
Short rest.
No, you'll need a
Yeah.
long rest for this. At least.
Oh, okay.
A long rest worth of study as well, not like a. So you need 8 hours of study on it, not like not sleeping.
Okay, that's fine. I'll leave it in the pack then.
Oh, we lost
This looks
somebody.
complicated.
Who's dropped off?
You know me, I've just reloaded because it's just
and-
stuck at 98% for ages.
And tackling as well. Yeah.
Oh, same for me.
Same here.
Oh,
So,
God. I've changed into a player. Okay, it's reloaded on me and changed into a player. That's not good. I'll have to log out now. One moment. Hopefully that's not going to kill it.
Yeah, will do.
Probably. That's annoying. The requested user does not exist. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, there we go. I'm back.
Right, so we've rested. What is our dastardly plan then?
So long resting, yes? Or we just short resting?
No, we're short. I think we're short resting.
Yeah, you have short
Short
resting.
resting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're short resting, so we can go.
So it's still still got pretty much full daylight at the minute. Well, although in this canyon area, so yeah, it's getting towards dusk. It wouldn't normally it would be normally another couple of hours or so, but yeah, it's getting towards dusk now because of the canyon where this jungle is located. It's a valley. Still not loading
Hey guys,
anybody else?
No, who wants to go for it then?
I'm still on 98%.
Weird.
I got a map, yeah.
Do we need the map?
Not really, not at the moment, no. Like I say, I just moved it onto another map just so it was just like a
Just
jungle
reload
map.
it again.
Shenanigans. No, no, it's weird. It's like according to my thing, no, but there's Peter that plays on him, but nobody's on the map. I'll tell you what, I shall change it to swap it to a different map temporarily. See if it drags everybody to that. It's weird. There's nobody else listed on there. It's really strange.
Taking a while to load. It's not even brought up the loading screen yet.
That's funny. Kids things popped up on the one I've just moved from.
Oh no, well, that's the 98% now. But it's not going anywhere.
Strange. Well, Cade's here anyway.
I am here, of course.
Yeah.
Have to do it without us then.
Yeah, well, like I say, it's not massively important. It's not a map of what you just like just a generic jungle map. That you've probably seen a few times before.
Those big rocks with those creatures that like to hide on top of it. I suddenly see a map now.
Oh yeah, people are popping in now.
Sorry, on my short rest, I rolled hit dice, but it didn't come through, so I'm just gonna roll now. Okay.
Okay. So, what are you doing? Ignore the map. We don't need the map. We haven't got a map. There's no actual map for this thing anyway. So, what are you doing?
So how do you guys want to do this?
Storm the tree.
Or stealthy.
Sneak up to the tree, get inside, kill every bird we can find. Who goes first?
I'll go first, I don't mind. Fucking hate fucking birds. Probably not the best if we're trying to stealth approach, though.
Yeah, we're just trying to be a bit quiet, that's all, not... I'll go trampling along, shouting, "We're gonna kill you!"
Who's first? I can put Blessing of the Trickster on you, so you've got the advantage on stealth checks.
I don't mind going first. Me.
Well, what are you doing?
Blessing of the Trickster on Tacklin then.
Okay. Which does again?
Advanced and stealth checks.
Yeah.
And then, what, 10 or 20 foot behind, the rest of the smaller one. You want to arrange ourselves in order? Right to left.
to left.
Well, who's in front? Tackling, yes?
Yes.
So, are we going left to right or right to left? In order. Which way is the tree, Phil? Is the tree to the right? Or is
You
the
can
tree to
it
the
can
left?
be it can be to the right if you want. Yeah. Like watching Jed's Army.
That's because the general hasn't told us which way to go yet.
I think we should go in a star formation. I'm at the middle, protecting.
You mean where they're going to land the fireball? Ground zero, is that what you're saying?
No, that's how infantry moves, you know. The most vulnerable at the middle. Me.
Right, carry on then, Phil. We head back towards the tree, tackling in front. Our mission is to stealthily approach as close as possible and then murder every bird in sight. And then recover all our goods.
Okay. So how far ahead is tackling? 10 foot?
Sorry, I can't hear you. Did you say 10 foot? Gonna have to be at least 20 or 30.
Have to be more than that outside.
Oh, you said it's still light, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So whatever you suggest.
Well, you're a druid and used to being out in jungle, but jungles can be quite close and hard to see very far, so maybe go 40, 50 foot and we'll approach.
Don't forget the
behind.
tree. The tree is like that's not. It sits in a sort of clearer area.
Do we want to circle around and then approach from the little buildings they had, so walkways and stuff? I assume that's where the entrance is.
Well, they dropped a ladder down, didn't they?
Say
So
again?
that's,
They dropped a ladder down.
Yes. Oh, did they? Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Because obviously they don't need a ladder or anything as such. But yeah, they dropped a like a rope ladder down for you to climb up.
Okay. How high was it?
It is about 60 feet up.
Long way.
So let's just run it then. Another spider form, jump up, grab rope.
Okay, do we know? Have we decided on the how far ahead you are yet?
40.
40 foot.
35. No, we'll go 35 because that's my range. Yeah, that's my walking speed. So.
Okay.
35.
yeah.
Then off we go.
Me and Lou High will limit ourselves.
Okay. Well, I think that's still close together, so I'm going to still count it as one group.
Why are we splitting group then?
We know.
Okay. I thought that's what you're doing. I thought that's why I put the blessing of the trickster on.
Because otherwise it's whoever's got the worst
It
stealth is rolling or attacking theirs.
Well, that'll be me anyway.
No, I think it's Cade.
Sorry, what about me?
Stealth.
Small.
I think you've got the worst stealth out of the five of us.
My passive stealth 11.
My stealth is +6.
Wow.
That's what I said. I didn't think it was Cade. Halflings tend to be pretty
Stealthy.
It might be me.
I have proficiency as well.
Mm.
I'm my stealth is +5.
What's yours likely?
It's 5.
Yeah, tackling's worst.
I think we'll revise this plan. And I think it might be better off me and Lou High going up front. About 50 feet in front, because if we spot something we can get back to you quicker anyway.
It's up to you. Do one of you want Blessing of the Trickster to help out?
Put it on Lou High.
Okay. The high gets blessing of the trickster.
And then me and Lou High will be.
At least 50 foot in front.
And I tell
There.
Obold to be really careful and don't mess it up, otherwise we'll all probably die horribly. And you are inspired, Obold. You're inspired, so you get a
Brilliant pep talk.
a D6 to add to any roll you would like in the next 10 minutes.
Me and Lou High will be 50 feet up from them, so.
Just produces an inspirational poster.
Post-it note just to stick in front of myself. So I can always refer to it.
Half-heartedly pat you on the head. Yeah. Alright.
I give him a parchment and on it is a dick pic. Anyway, jokes aside.
Want to move your character up behind, Lee? Lee?
I know where you were.
You got to zoom out, but Lee, probably
To the right.
from where you've seen.
All right.
To the right side of the map.
Yeah, it happens if you're too zoomed in, you don't see the borders.
Okay, so. Right, so you two are moving ahead, and what you're signalling the others to move up when it's thing, or what's the exact plan?
Wave them up if it's clear.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll keep going. Keep scouting ahead and then stealthily, and then just
Right.
as soon as we're far enough away for them to move up and not be part of our group
Okay.
and ruin our stealth, we'll signal them forward.
Very well. So the person with the worst stealth out of you two, then.
I believe.
Stealth check. Versus,
Check advantage.
With advantage.
with which will versus their observation.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Wow. You suck. Maybe we shouldn't have let Lazai bring his cooking utensils to sneak attack.
Got a mess tin that's just rattling along as he's walking along.
Not packed his socks in it like he was taught to do.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Okay, right. You sort of emerge from the edge of the tree line and stalk towards the tree. And you so you reach the base of the tree, or quite close to the base of the tree, without any apparent incident.
I'll have a quick glance around just to make sure we've not been noticed.
Okay, a perception.
That will fill you if there's anybody about.
Okay. Your view from direct, from this angle is limited. Obviously, you'll not be able to see through the floors of the things directly above you. So, Orbald, you notice a little bit of movement, catch your sight, a little bit of movement ahead of one of the passing along the edge of one of the walkways. Like I say, it's a bit hard to see. You've not got a very clear line of sight from this.
If it looks clear, then we'll motion them so they can move up so they're within 50, well, just out of 50 feet of us.
Okay.
Right, we approach.
Okay. Go on then. You can. The worst amongst you can make a stealth check. You can make a. I'll let you make it at advantage with these two supposedly preparing the way.
I'm +5, so is that you?
It's tackling.
Yeah. Oof.
Nice.
Wow. I thought Lazai was bad.
That's a good roll for tackling that. Okay, so you creep forward and join the two monks by the base of the tree.
Barbarians aren't built to be stealthy, are they? So
No.
Right, at the base of the tree. As we're approaching the tree, do we spot any sort of things happening up in the upper areas as we're approaching?
I suppose you can make a perception check, I guess.
I'll whisper also there was some movement above just a minute ago, but I can't see anything else.
25.
Okay. Yeah, you see a little bit of movement. You see like a one of these figures of one of these birds sort of strutting around along one of the platforms.
Does it look like it's paying attention to the monks below it?
No. It's a bit hard to tell. He's like 6 foot. But yeah. It's not like it's not stood at the edge
Like
peering
peering
down.
over the edge.
Yeah. Like ooh.
Trade?
Great, yes.
Friendly.
I give
Speaking
everyone the
sword.
thumbs up. I give everyone the thumbs up. It's this where Tackling turns into a massive spider and clambers up.
Yeah,
Cool. We're ready for that.
knock the rope ladder down.
You know,
Go for it.
these birds, can they fly?
Yes. Can they fly? They're not ostriches. They're
I mean,
definitely
some
flying.
birds cannot fly. Yeah, like
Yeah,
ostriches.
of course. Of
And
course, no, but these
almost-
birds definitely can fly. Right, go for it, Tackling.
I'll load my crossbow while he's clambering up. Keep an eye out just in case anyone spots us.
I want to change permission so you can do this yourself, Tackling. Down. Giant spider. Pardon me. I should probably put spider rather than giant. Giant brings up quite a big list of stuff. Giant flying spider.
Sounds like the stuff nightmares are made of.
Oh. Oh, there it is. It's gone underneath. Wild shape. Pudding.
So clamber up the tree, Phil.
Okay. Right. And Tackling begins clambering up the tree. Skittering. In chitter, chitter, chitter. Right. Okay. So it doesn't take you long to scramble up and then up across the the bottom of the platform and round over the edge onto the top. And you, as soon as you're up there, you see one of these bird creatures sort of strutting around.
Feathering monk. I try and knock.
It
ladder down.
appears to it doesn't appear to have seen you.
Good.
You can make a perception check as well as you go and like nudge the ladder over the edge.
That's the spider. Okay.
Well, you've got 8 eyes, so you should have advantage on this.
You know what?
Aren't they short-sighted?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
Wow.
All his 8 legs just poke each of his eyes separately.
Just both eyes.
Phenomenal.
Eyes are off here and everywhere.
So yeah, knock the ladder down, Phil.
Okay. Yep. So the ladder falls down. Well, not falls down, but yeah, drops down from above.
So boom.
If any of these bird things look like they're about to come at me, I'm going to fire off a web at them.
Okay.
Nice.
well, looking about, you see this. You see this one sort of strutting about. It's sort of move. It don't, like I say, it don't seem to have noticed you. And
Okay.
it's
so then
strutting
I'll-
off. It's
I'll
strutting
get on
off.
the platform then.
It's strutting off further down on the walkways across to one of the other platforms. You doing what? Sorry.
Instead of engaging him, I'll just get back on the platform.
Okay.
Examine
Very good.
the site.
Okay, who's going up the ladder first? Are you all going up at once, or you wait until somebody gets to the top, or what's the plan there?
I'll scramble up first.
I'd say one at a time, monks first.
Okay.
Wait till he's all the way up.
I'll scramble up first, Phil.
Right. Okay. Right. So, yeah, you get up. There's no real issue. It's not a stressful task. There's no need for making a roll. So yeah, you clamber up to the top, passing Spider tackling, who's like crouched on the underside of the platform.
I'll wave to let the person next know if they can come up then.
Okay.
Try and take cover somewhere.
Radio. Yeah, you can. There's spots where you can get cover behind a fence or
Yeah.
a stack of
Yeah.
crates or things like that.
I'll take cover behind a stack of crates then or something with a crossbow ready.
Okay. Right. So everybody else coming up.
Yep. One
Okay.
at a time, we all end up.
Right. So one by one, the rest of you climb up the ladder, passing, tackling, crouching, sinisterly underneath the platform.
Why sinister?
Not like a spider, crouched
Well,
underneath the platform.
But I was going to say, how else would you describe a giant spider
Cuddly.
crouched underneath a platform,
Or is
like a
it
troll
terrifying?
waiting for a bridge to be crossed?
Wouldn't say sinister.
Clicking his fangs.
Yeah,
Sinister's not what I would have said.
using his two front legs to preen his fangs.
Right, so yeah, so bar tackling who's perched underneath, you all congregate on the platform.
Right.
With no sounds of alert or anything. Have you been spotted or anything?
Make his
On,
way towards that
On the
giant
far
tree then.
on the far platform, on one of the furthest platforms, you can see this this creature slowly strutting around, stopping every now and then to peck at the ground.
We want
Yeah.
to eliminate.
Is he on the way to the on the way to the tree?
Well, all these walkways and platforms surround this like big central tree.
All right.
They're all built out from it.
So, is he on the route towards the entrance then, where we went to the tree?
No, he's
Or
probably
we
past it.
bypass him?
He's probably gone. He's gone past it actually. Or she.
For the moment, then we can just ignore them if they're not in the way. We just want to make this way the fastest route towards the entrance to the tree.
We're making a note of how many we count as well, so.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Are you coming back from your?
I'll just put my spider head above and see what they're doing, and then I'll wait for them to move.
Okay. Right. They start heading off towards the. Yep. So you trail him.
Can I follow them underneath? Is there like a walkway? Are they on the walkway?
You could. I mean, you can't see them, so. But yeah, I suppose you could to a certain extent. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Why not?
I know.
Right. So yeah, you make your way along the walkways cautiously. So there's one slight flaw with your plan tackling, though. Of course, you can't make a note of the numbers that you spot because you'll not spot anybody under there.
Yeah, that's good point.
Um,
I'm trying to stay out of sight though, more importantly. I'm a giant.
yes. Right, but yeah, so you make your way to the entrance this central area of the tree without drawing any attention. You can all make a perception roll as well as you're heading along.
Goody. I love making perception rolls.
No, we're just tackling.
Boom! Tackling.
Wow, is that a first for tackling on a perception roll?
I didn't get it. Why didn't you have a special thing on your roll? It were a 20. There were no special effect.
Yeah, they were just the little glittery effect.
Yeah,
So it was the same on mine.
Oh, was there? I didn't see that.
I got a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Dirty.
Bastard.
Blue high.
I know, that's normally tackling's roll.
Cade 13. Right, okay, so yeah, you get over there with no problem. You've not, apart from this one creature you can see pottering about, strutting back and forth on this far platform, further round and further out from the like centre. You've not seen any more of these creatures.
Very check above us in the sky, Phil.
Okay, so looking above you, there's high above is the canopy of the tree, the branches and canopy of the tree. No, we don't see. There's no sign of anything. Not any of these. There's other creatures, other birds and things, insects and small reptiles and what have you, making the home in the tree. But no sign of these things. But yeah, so you're at the doors to the opening into this central area, hollowed out area of the tree.
Alright. Time to get in there.
It's not that area that falls down, is it, Phil?
Yeah.
Where we are now, it's inside, isn't it? Where
Inside.
It falls down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the door that leads into that area.
Yes.
I don't think we want to be going in there again, though, do we?
It wasn't the whole floor that opened over where it fell.
Yes.
Oh. Then no, we don't.
Well, can't the big spider go in and stick to the walls?
Yeah. So that's it then. Once again, if they're in there, we didn't know there.
I don't think there'll be any of those, will there?
Well, no, I'll be prepared this time, so if the floor disappears, I cast Featherfall on everybody. So no.
Does the door open in or out, Phil?
It opens inwards.
Sure, yeah. I'm assuming they're in some kind of rest area.
They've roosted.
Well, you said there were smaller huts around the big tree, weren't there?
Yeah. So there's like think of it like a bit like an Ewok village, if you like. So there's this massive tree with like a walkway that runs around the perimeter of it, and then there's sort of walkways running off to smaller platforms with various sort of huts and buildings on them.
So, I mean, I'd say giant spider goes inside, sees what it can see. If the floor does drop away and we're on it, then Fafuk will cast Featherfall.
Put your head in without walking in.
I'm going to say if this giant spider goes in, you climb up on the wall up near the roof and walk around the wall at the top. You don't have to climb on the floor, does he?
Nope.
Do you go in
Okay, so you open the door. Well, you'll have to open the. Well, you pretty much have to open the both the double doors fully anyway for tackling to get in.
Yeah, we'll have to do that.
Okay, so you pushing open the doors then, or
Oh yeah, it's that or just pop them open.
okay, right? You push open the doors, and as you're pushing them open, you can see pretty much the entirety of the room from the doorway anyway, and there's nobody here.
Is our stuff in there?
So there's display. There's like display cabinets and shelving and racks and stuff around the walls, as there were before.
Did we see where they stored the money?
Sorry?
Did we see where they stored the money?
No.
Do we want to go grab that? Do we want to go grab that bird and cast comprehend languages and then beat the living what's it out of it until it tells us all its secrets?
Oh, we don't have to cast comprehend languages for that helmet.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
It spoke common as well, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, the one we spoke to, but this
Yeah.
might be a different one.
That's
They
true.
all look the
Yep.
same.
I think we just kill.
Murderous monk.
Right, how far away is that bird then?
Probably I don't know, maybe 100 yards or so, maybe a couple 100 yards.
100 yards?
Yeah.
So like 400 foot?
Yeah.
600 foot?
Something like that. Yeah, it's quite,
That's
the
neat.
tree, like I said, the tree's pretty, it's pretty massive tree, and there's this big wide walkway that surrounds it, and then there's these other walkways that go off in sort of like spokes away from the centre. They've got other platforms with a bit, so it's not a small construction. It's quite big. Like I say, I think of it as like a bit like one of them Ewok villages in Return of the Jedi.
Okay. Right,
It's not like a tree, it's not just like a platform, just some little platform attached to the side of the tree.
That the giant spider paralysing.
Yeah, only if he's poisoned and drops below 0 HP.
At which point he's dead. Is that like a paralysation status of its own?
I guess so, yeah.
Who's going to go fetch that creature then?
Yeah, so it basically, if the poison damage reduces them to 0, then it don't kill them. It just paralyzes them instead.
Ah, right.
Who's going to go fetch that bird then?
Better off doing non-lethal damage and just knocking him out, to be fair.
Don't we just eliminate him?
Can't get any info out of him though if we eliminate him, can we?
What info do you want?
Find out what's going off with his floor.
Where's our
Yeah.
money?
Where's our money, etc.
Give us our money back, keeper. So who's going to go fetch him then?
I think it'd probably be best if me and Lou High went, because we can try and sneak up on him and get a jump on him.
Cool. You still got inspiration, so you still got that 1d6 to use. Maybe you go first, and then Luzai can follow. You still have advantage though. It lasts an hour.
We'll sneak up on this. Try and sneak his way around and sneak up on this
Okay, go ahead then. Make a stealth roll then.
Iblis.
Are you going to get as a group or separately?
We're going to go first, and Lou High follow.
Righto. What, you going the same way? Going like different routes and like pincer movement, or what is it you're doing?
Yeah, try pincer movement.
Okay. So you can both make separate rolls then.
So,
Holy shit!
Just mine still.
What's with these rolls?
fuck me. What is it with the number 2 today?
That's incredible.
It's like Tuesday.
You can add a d6 to that if you're desperate.
Tuesday.
Yeah, I might have to. Yeah. Oh, well, that bumped you up a huge amount. I nearly got as much as Lou High.
Okay, right. You stealthily make your way around, creeping and like crouching as you make your way along these walkways into this other platform. Both coming in from either side.
Combat rolling from crate to crate.
Yeah.
Like ninja rolls across open spaces.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Combat rolls for the win.
you can both make a perception roll as well. Wow.
It rolled off a 2 then.
I can't get past 13.
Okay, it's good. That's good enough for bear for you. Anyway, so you as you get closer, you realise this this creature it looks smaller than the ones that you've seen before, and it walks differently and sort of holds itself. It doesn't seem to hold itself as erect and. In fact, I'll let you make an insight roll.
It's a
Jump.
child. It's going to be a child.
Geriatric. It's our specialty.
So yeah, Obald, maybe it's just a feeble-minded one that's going to be an easy target. Luhai,
Screams, euthanize the elderly, and then runs in.
Luhai, it dawns at you like you sort of sighing. It dawns on you that it's not one of these things at all. It's just a normal bird.
Oh, Joe.
It just must be what they came, evolved from or something. But yeah, it's just a normal bird.
It's patrolling.
Well, I don't know. You can assume it. You can think it's patrolling if you want.
It's just looking for snacks. It's a bird. It's not a conniving, evil little, I don't know, trickster. It's just a bird.
So yeah, as you draw a bit closer, you can, like I say, it's strutting about, stops every so often, pecks at the ground. But when you get to the we're in about 20 feet of it, it sort of stops and cocks its head to one side and looks at one of you before like sort of giving a squawk and just flies off. There's some couple of buildings nearby on this platform.
I'll join up with Obald then.
Okay.
Well,
We'll check out the nearest building.
Yeah, have a look.
Okay. Right, you go and have a look. You make your way over to the nearest of these buildings, and looking inside, it's it's strangely empty inside. It's just there's nothing. There's nothing inside it at all. There's no furniture. Nothing. It doesn't even look like it's ever been used.
Huh?
Like I said, I think they're roosting somewhere. Maybe further up in the tree.
Got an next building then, Phil.
Okay, right. It's the same. So it looks from the outside, they look like used buildings, but from the inside, there's not the same sort of finish on the inside. It's almost as if they're fake.
A model village. Just give the impression that it's inhabited. While they roost elsewhere.
Another tree or another area?
Who knows?
I would imagine it in this tree because it's so big they can just all roost up in the branches.
So they'll be at highest point for safety.
Probably.
So it's not
I wouldn't imagine at the highest point because then they'd be visible to any aerial predators. So it might be like in the middle or something like that of the branches.
What if they've used that magic word and they actually used an inside tree? Underneath all these pillars that you're looking at.
Well, I had to look up before and we couldn't see any of them, but then you can't see all the way through the branches, can you? Oh, for Fukan, has he still got his binoculars?
I don't know. You'll
Or
have
his
to go back.
spyglass, sorry.
You'll have to go back.
Go back.
Going back with the others then.
Okay. Okay. So Luhai and Obold rejoin you.
Yeah, the huts are all fake. I'm guessing that they're roosting up in the branches. Or just wondering if for Fook still have his spyglass so he can have a look.
Yeah, go for it. Fafouk whips it out, offers it to whoever wants to use.
I'll take the spyglass and I'll have a look then, Phil.
Okay. Right. Well, like I say, you'll have to make your way back to one of the outer platforms. Otherwise, you're just looking, so,
Yeah.
to get a proper look. Okay, you can make a perception check with advantage.
Oops. Fafouk will borrow the telescope after. Hit the button to
Boom! So you spend a good few minutes scanning the upper reaches of this tree, and as I said before, although you spot, plenty of wildlife up there, there's no sign of these bird creatures.
Gonna be like basically a scam venue. Like,
They're roosting somewhere.
well, I do know druids have an ability to find specific animals. But I don't know if Tackham's readied himself to do that.
Not something I can do.
Is a spell detect plants and animals?
Not at my level.
Ah, gotcha.
I'll have a look around, Phil, for the surrounding area with a spyglass from where we are.
Okay.
Because we found that, were it like a crane, that Yurik?
Yeah.
You,
Well,
I'll
it will
look
like
around.
this other bird that you've just seen, but
Yeah, but bigger.
yeah.
I'll just have a look around and see if I can find anywhere that might be roosted, like some wetland areas or something like that.
Okay. No, you can make a normal perception check then for looking further afield with the just lets you look further, obviously. Oh, very good.
Yeah, baby, yeah.
No. You spend a good 10-15 minutes scanning the near and far distance, and nothing. it's a bit your view is a bit limited, of course, because there's this big tree that this community, well, this fake community or whatever it is built on, is in this sort of small clearing in this jungle, which is a small jungle inside this sort of ravine, this massive valley or ravine or whatever you want to call it. So you can see across the tops. You can see to the edge of the tree line, and you can see across the tops of the tree canopy, but you're kind of limited to that really. And of course, excuse me. Of course, you can see the sides of the canyon in the distance to either side.
I wonder if we're better off waiting and setting a trap for them.
So like just a couple of days from the Oracle, it might be that what we're facing here is like a scam. So I'd say at most we stay overnight.
That's what I mean, just stay overnight, because I think they'll probably just leave it for the night and then come back and then lure other people in during the daytime, wouldn't they?
Yeah, and then if nothing shows up by morning, I think we carry on to the Oracle, and then we come back via this way.
Yeah.
Maybe if you get a couple of days, they'll come back, and then we can have another go.
You put would Leomund's tiny hut fit inside one of these fake huts?
How big is it? Big is it again?
10 foot.
10 foot.
Oh yeah.
Do that then. Set that inside one of these huts. Keep watch overnight.
I'll pull rope ladder up, Phil.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Very good.
It's 10-foot radius. That's 20 foot across.
Yep, that's fine. It'll still should fit in one of one of the bigger ones. You'll be able to fit it in.
Do that then. And then when they flock down, we could just ambush them.
Oh right, yeah. Sorry, tackling wants to transform back.
Close the doors as well, Phil.
Yep.
Close those double doors.
Okay, right. You spend what is possibly the most, one of the most, if not the most comfortable, restful nights since you've entered the jungle. And you wake the next morning, early doors, as high up. You get the sun reaches you far soon, at least an hour earlier than it would have done.
No birds.
You can make whoever's on last watch can make a perception roll.
Probably me, I would think.
Big tacklers on the last one, isn't it?
Oh, I don't know, sorry. I think.
Players map, camp setup. Yeah.
No, kid.
Regular
Nope.
setup, Chult setup. Cade is the last one, yeah, for the watch order.
Oh, so do I have to press it first?
Yeah.
At which point Cade will have left, so the hut will have dispelled as well. Okay, so Cade, you
First one, I don't know why it's double again. First one.
oh, the first one. All right, and nothing then. Okay, you don't see nothing.
Oh, I have
No.
nothing to report.
So yeah,
Awesome.
you wake the next morning refreshed, had an excellent night's sleep up here, safe and sound from all the dangers of the jungle below.
Right, using the telescope, do a quick scope of the vicinity. See if we can spot any birds returning,
Okay.
fleeing. Is that with advantage perception?
No, well, not if you scan the entire, sort of the long distance, just to let you see further.
23.
Okay, well, you do actually spot maybe a tree, one of the bigger trees, sort of on the edge of the tree line. You do spot what could be one of these creatures perched on the like crown of of this tree.
A couple 100 yards away.
Yeah.
Who quietly mentions to the others, I think we're being watched from the distance. I think they may have been watching us for some time from the edge of the clearing, a long way away.
Do you think they want to return our goodies? Money.
No, I think they're just waiting us out. They're going to wait until we leave, and then they're going to come back again. So, I mean, we've got two options. One, carry on with our mission, and we come back, hoping that they'll have relaxed their guard, and catch them napping, murder them all, or we burn this whole place down, and then saunter away, leaving smoking ruins.
Well, the latter.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not sure the druid would vote for burning the tree down and.
We don't
Yeah.
like dropping birds.
No, hang on a second. Controlled burning is a perfectly normal part of forest management.
Yes, and we can use the wood for cooking the birds.
Yeah, I'm not sure the druid would be.
No, seriously, burning is a
Yeah,
perfectly normal part of forest management.
I'm quite aware of that, but we're not doing forest management at the moment, I'm afraid.
It's anger management.
I think we should manage this tree. We should manage this tree right here.
This is a
And
trap.
And to be honest, the only thing we'd be managing is burning this tree. We won't be managing the wildfire that spreads afterwards throughout the jungle.
And killing all the wildlife that lives in the tree.
No,
Yeah.
jungles do not burn that easily.
It's Judge Noldar all over again.
And wasn't the description of this was a little patch of jungle surrounded by wide open space and bog. So the chances of fire spreading from this tree are negligible. I think the DM described the perfect opportunity to burn this little tiny patch of jungle, leaving the rest untouched.
I'm quite prepared. I'm quite prepared to accept that Fafut would quite happily burn the tree and not give two hoots if the jungle went with it.
But
tackling
got some pretty strong objections.
Yes.
Hey,
It's a trap.
Tacklin, hey,
It is a
Tacklin,
trap,
do you want to
though.
go?
It is
do you
a
wanna
trap.
Go over there, Tacklin. Do you want to go over there and scout to see what the birds
Absolutely. Save me a chicken wing.
Why don't you, if there's no birds, why don't you just
Fook in the background
open the,
didn't deal.
why don't you just open the doors, do your ritual of detect magic, and then just actually see if there's anything in there, or whether it is just designed as a massive big trap.
Yeah, absolutely. Now we're walking around like we own the place. Fook will go cast detect magic and take a look inside the big tree without stepping inside it.
From the doorway.
It's all fake, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is, but just to be on the safe side.
It's a nice, safe place to rest as well.
And does Fook spot anything?
Oh, sorry. No, there's no magic in there.
All fake, isn't it?
Apart from, sorry, no. There is the floor itself.
Was magical.
Yes.
Why don't you try saying the word from a doorway just to see if it does actually activate it? The word that Luna overheard.
I asked Kate to give it a go. I don't think I heard the word.
Yeah, we can try it, of course.
Okay. Right. So yeah, Cade, you with a little help and prompting from Luna, you repeat the phrase that she heard, and as you utter the words, there's a slight flicker, and the floor just just disappears. Apart from the strangely, apart from like sort of pedestal in the centre, where the magic item, the few magic items were that they were showing you, the potions and things, which is completely empty, by the way, if you hadn't realised.
No, it's assumed.
So it disappears, and then almost instantly it reappears.
Right, so first thing in the morning we all head off and we go find the Oracle, yes? We come back via the spot and see if the bird has returned.
Aye. We'll have to take stock of where we are and using the spyglass from up here, then we can just see which direction we need to go in for the destination.
Yep, you can you can try and sort of make notes, and you can make a survival check to try and find your way back. Okay, so all right, you're climbing down and heading off.
Yeah.
After the usual preparations.
Yeah.
Radio.
Yeah, we should from here head due west.
Right, let's see how long it takes us to load up onto the player's map.
I thought you were going to say to get lost then. For some reason, I don't think that's going to take that long.
Oh wow, it's weird. Jumped across quicker, or some have.
Fafuk keeps forgetting that it's not totally understood what his shield actually does. So, generally speaking, we'll at least once a day try identify along with his composing.
Okay.
So it's just a Arcana check.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I mean, I won't bother Cade with it, generally speaking, unless Cade's got nothing else to do. Just to help out. But
Yeah, I
No.
have no problem.
cool.
I
Do you want to
have.
roll an Arcana check then too?
Yep.
Oh, your pluses are way bigger than mine. Fafuk's not sure he's carrying the shield. He can't remember if this is the right shield. No, Cade doesn't know either.
I thought you got rid of it.
No.
No? Okay.
Well, no, we detected there was some necromantic essence to it, but it still gives half damage reduction.
Yeah.
To missile attacks.
Yeah.
Even though it does seem to give people advantage to hitting me.
Yeah.
So on balance, it was like, well, hardly anyone fires missiles at me. When they do hit me, I take half damage. So actually, that's all right, really. But I'm still like to understand how the shield actually functions. Maybe it's got some deep dark secret that's gonna take 20 sessions to unfold. So not today. Not today is that answer, and we crack on, heading off due west, I believe.
Yep. Let's see. Okay, so so you're reduced. What you're going to do about about food and water, so you could quite easily just rely on your conjured food and water. Although of course, Tackling and Obol's attempts to educate themselves has been would grind to a halt.
Yeah.
So you can practice, put what you've learned into practice, and so every day will be a learning experience.
Doesn't sound good.
So you can scavenge, so you can forage for food while you're travelling, which may or may not, which will get may or may not get you some food, but it also gives you the opportunity to try and improve work your way along with that activity.
Well, I've got create food and water ready to cast if we need it. So if you guys want to just use your skills, and if we find that we haven't found anything suitable, just create
Can do.
Still using good brain, create how to destroy water every day. I only get 3 spell slots, and I don't really cast spells, so I don't mind using my spell slots to keep us nourished.
Yeah, so we got backup. So we let the people who want to try out their skills try them out, but if they're shit at it, we use our spells.
Okay.
Instead.
All right, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Let's see. And how far are you along with that now? Let me take a look for a while.
Yeah, we're
Well,
about
can't keep track because it wiped them out, didn't it?
I thought you reset them though.
50. Yeah.
No, you can't. I can't set any amounts that I've completed.
I'm doing it manually. I'm actually going in and editing the description of downtime tasks to set 1
Oh, right. So I've not done that. I know I've done about 8 completed for the full ones, but I don't know how many I'd completed of the ones before I could do a full one.
So how many full ones had you got to?
That's it. About 8 out of 15.
8 out of 15. So it's say that's about, so you got about halfway, haven't you?
Yeah.
So say that
Just over halfway. Yeah.
yeah. So we can say that counts as like half proficiency.
Cool.
Which I think, if you click through the things, you can actually set half proficiency.
But where?
On the skill list. If you click through the radio buttons, you can get to half proficient.
I don't know which radio buttons you're referring to.
So next to Arcana, for example, there's a radio button on the left. You said mine says non-proficient, obviously. If you keep clicking it, you can click through, so it goes proficient, double proficient, half proficient.
Well, mine's in herbalism kit. So what would that come under?
It's what, sorry?
I've got herbalism kit. Because it's the herbalism that I've been doing, isn't it?
Right.
So that's not a skill, it's an item.
Right. So it's a different way. Yeah. So you'll have to just keep track of different. I mean, because tackling you were actually doing the survival skill, weren't you?
No, I'm only proficient in survival for animal handling.
Oh. All right. Okay. Right. So
hang on. No, nature and survival. Herbalism kit says nature and survival.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
when
yeah,
you're traveling in the wild, your skill in herbalism makes it easier to identify plants and spot sources of food that others might overlook.
Yeah. So yeah.
So it'd come under nature and survival.
Yeah. So Tackling's working on his animal handling, natural, native wildlife, and you're doing. So yeah, it'd be nature then, wouldn't it?
The nature for mine, or
Yeah.
survival because it's looking for food.
Yeah. So choose one. You've got half proficiency in it. And for want of anything else, whichever happens first, if you lose track of the checks, you'll get let you have gained like full proficiency in it when you hit next level, if not before.
I'll do it under survival then, because that seems more appropriate for foraging for food.
Yeah, it is what you would use for foraging. Yeah. Rightio then. So that's that cleared up. So yeah, so you both can, well, mainly I suppose, Obald, but yeah, you can make survival checks. Obald can make survival checks. Tackling, you can continue to make your intelligence checks to see if what you can learn as you're travelling along. But you just have to stick to the partial ones because you got nobody to sort of tutor you. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I've just done my first one.
All right. Yeah. Sorry, I'm not even looking at that. Okay. Right. Anyway, so you get down from the raptor's roost and set off again. Obald foraging as you go. Let's see, where are we? So you come across what looks like a lime, a bit like a lime tree, except the fruits are slightly more rounded and probably twice the size, and they've got black sort of speckles on them.
Okay. Potential source of food.
A potential source of food.
And poison as well.
It's all natural. How can something natural be bad for you?
I'll gather up enough to eat then for everyone.
Okay, right. When you pick one of them, you notice the specks, the black speckles on them are actually like tiny, like almost pinprick size holes. And as you pick one up, there's like these almost like threads of cotton, size snakes, sort of slither out of the holes and drop out of them and drop onto the floor and disappear as they're like, well.
Yeah, well, I'll not be picking them to eat them.
Okay, it looks like the one that you picked up. Like I said, just loads of them come out, and it looks like they've all sort of exited it.
I'll just split it up and see what it's like on the inside, Phil.
Okay, right. Cutting it open, it does indeed look like a lime on the inside as well, and there is sort of like tracks where where these things have burrowed in or burrowed out of this fruit, but apart from that, it looks okay. It smells good.
Touching one of them.
Fafuk will take a few big bites.
Yeah, I'll let Fafuk be the food taster.
Okay, right. It's incredibly juicy and refreshing. It tastes, and it does indeed taste like a lime, but it's sweet rather than bitter, and almost
snorting noises.
Almost chewy as well. But yeah, it's really nice and quite filling. You can once you've eaten one, you feel almost quite full.
We'll see what the side effects are. Give him 15 minutes.
Okay, right. 15 minutes later, it seems perfectly fine.
I'll make sure I gather enough for everyone else then.
Okay.
Tasty. Fook has eaten things way more disgusting than this. At least it didn't electrocute him this time, so it's a win. I'll crack on then.
Okay. Right. So you carry on. Go on for a few hours. Stop around midday, and eat and drink, and then set off again. And you can all make a perception check.
Lovely.
For Fook's quietly shitting himself to death.
Oh, I like failing perception checks.
Yeah, me too.
You can't see what's coming. Wow, Tackland did well.
Wow. So Orbald and Cade pretty much oblivious, and Lou High doesn't notice immediately, but the rest of you hear this sort of gargle, half a gargle, half a moan, and moaning sound coming towards you, and you can hear the sound of like vegetation being pushed aside and broken.
For Fook, I think heard it as well as Tackland.
Yeah.
Instantly tell the others, like, quick, take cover, something's coming.
That mean you are taking cover? Responses,
Fook
please.
is. The rest of you guys can do what the fuck you like. For Fook's taking cover.
Well, just
I look around.
Try it.
What's going on?
I'll hide
Shut
in the
up and
nearest
hide.
cover then, Phil.
Okay, if you are hiding, you can make a stealth roll. If you're not, then you can pick some flowers or whatever.
Lovely.
Oh my god.
What's a hide roll?
It's
Stealth.
Oh, sorry.
I like failing stealth rolls.
Oof. Yeah, not rolling high. Ooh, wow.
Hello, hi.
Blue high turns
Disappears.
sideways and disappears.
2D.
Disappears.
2D.
Gone.
Luhai 2D, cousin to Arius.
Oh dear. 2D character, Lee. 2D character. Oh dear, that's an old joke. Oh yeah. Do. Okay, right. So you all sort of duck behind bushes and whatever, duck into cover.
I'll stand in the middle of the track, pretending to be a green rock.
Wow, what were your roll? Oh, 13. Okay, right. So despite the fact that Cade and Obald aren't perhaps, and Fook, perhaps aren't quite as well hidden as Tackling and Luhai, who've practically disappeared.
Cannot see me.
The approaching figure that you see the head of before you see the rest of it as it towers above the undergrowth. Is sort of half limping, half staggering. Into view comes this huge ogre that is obviously numbered amongst the ranks of the undead from the state of it.
Oh, fuck.
It seems oblivious to you, and it sort of it groans with this sort of gargling sort of noise, which appears to be the source of it. Appears to be the fact that most of its throat's been torn out, and it's sort of limping along, and it's got a big sack thrown over its shoulder. And you can see something moving. You can see like movement under the inside the sack.
Is there any sound?
Just like a rustling noise, faint rustling noise. But you get like lots of movement. You can see sort of lots of movement underneath this sack.
How high up is the sack?
So there's the ogre. He stands about 10, 12 feet tall. So the bottom of the sack is maybe 4, 5 feet up.
Perfect. Fafook will wait until it stumbles past, and then dart out behind the ogre, using his knife, just cut the underside of the sack.
Okay.
And disappear into the bushes on the other side.
Right. Right. Yeah. So Fafook nips out, and slashes the underside of this sack, and as you do, like nuts of all types and sizes just like start pouring out of this hole you've slashed in this sack. And as the nuts fall out, so do like about 3 or 4 squirrels. And as they hit the ground and make this like really angry screeching noise, and start trying to picking up the nuts, whereas one of them just like sort of with this really rabid kind of look just charges straight at Fafook, runs up his leg and starts trying to bite him.
Nice.
Wow.
For your nuts.
By him and his sack.
Wow.
Its attempts are like, while painful, are pretty ineffective, but you've got this really sort of angry looking squirrel sort of making this squealing noise and intermittently trying to bite you.
Roll for initiative.
No, Fafook's planning on finding cover on the other side of this little space before he deals with crazy squirrel.
Okay. So like meanwhile this ogre, it just carries on. It seems oblivious, and it just carries on walking, leaving a trail of nuts and squirrels behind it. So eventually this squirrel gets bored after it's sunk its satisfied at itself after it's sunk its teeth into you as best it can, and then runs off.
Lucky it ran off. I'd have cooked it for dinner. Well, that was certainly a bit surreal. Fafook comes out covered in scratches. Like, wow, that I did not expect. Shall we carry on?
Yeah.
Okay, right. So you go on for a bit further, and it's starting to get late in the afternoon now. And you're starting to look around for somewhere where you might any possible campsites. In which case, Tackling and Orbold, or one or both of you, can make a survival roll. See if you can do a Zaka's job.
I'll have a go at survival again.
Me.
We'll never know what beast shed we're tackling now, will we?
Oh.
Roll of a 13 to a 5.
No, you never know why she got really annoyed with him.
Can't you do advantage because we're trying to help find a suitable camping spot? I mean, we all should know what we're looking for now.
Well, I suppose.
I thought we were foraging. Sorry.
No,
That's
you're looking
why I
for it.
rolled.
No.
Camp.
So yeah, I suppose you can roll it with advantage.
I am proficient in this, so yeah.
Obold says, "Oh look, yeah." And the rest of us go, "No, we're not camping in the middle of a bog." Next. Oh wow. Oh wow.
Slightly better.
You set the bar so low.
It is above 10. We should celebrate.
With the rolls I've had today, that is called a celebration.
Yeah, bottle of champagne.
Okay, so Orbold kind of leads you into an area where it's quite it's been cleared out, so all the vegetation has been like trampled flat, broken and squashed. Over quite a wide area, probably a good 100 feet, and it's almost like a road. Sorry,
Moved on the map.
you will have moved on the map, yeah. It's like a wide swathe of vegetation that's been like trampled down. Although there's no signs of like passage of like any large creatures like dinosaurs or anything like that.
Fook looks at this and goes, I don't want to meet whatever managed to stomp flat this bigger place.
I wonder if it's where the squirrels and the ogre had to throw down.
Maybe we should find a spot that isn't very obviously been flattened by something extremely large. What do you guys think?
I think wherever it is, it's gone now, hasn't it?
I think we should find somewhere else. Unless, I'm just suspicious of this. I mean, are there any footprints?
So you can make a what's the is it survival or is it I think it's survival, is it, for tracking?
Yeah.
Or well, you're not doing tracking as such, so you're just looking, so a perception check, a perception or survival would do.
Perception.
Right, so there's not many, but you do spot here and there where there's gaps in the like ground underneath is still visible through all this trampled vegetation. You do spot footprints that look like humanoid footprints. Some of them look perhaps like the booted footprints. Some of them bare footprints.
As in, sorry, B-A-R-E or B-E-A-R?
As in, bear as in
Grizzly.
nothing on your feet, not as in grizzly bear.
Oh, okay.
And not many bears wear boots either, so.
Well, you might. The owners
No.
might.
But you're talking large humanoid and
No.
bears on leads, like leashes or something. Okay.
So no, not large humanoids, not bears.
So it could be like ogre sized.
No, they're quite typical, medium-sized footprints.
Oh, I
Normal
thought you said
size human.
large.
They're not large. Yes, humanoid, medium-sized humanoid footprints. Like I said, some of them look like booted footprints, like they've got shoes on or boots or something, or footwear, and some look like the bare feet, as in B-A-R-E, bear.
Maybe another horde came through.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. I mean, if we camp here and the horde comes back, we could like wake up in the middle of a zombie horde.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That one up.
Yeah, let's move off a few hundred yards and try again.
It's strange how they all follow the same path.
I'm sure there's some grand secret behind it all.
All zombies are the same either, are they?
Some have those markings on their heads. Others were just kind of random. Okay,
Mad
we
arrows.
tried
Arrows in
to
eye
find a
sockets.
new spot. Sorry, say again.
Mad arrows in eye sockets as well, didn't they?
Yeah, they all
Yeah,
had
that's
arrows in the eye sockets, didn't they?
No, some
just-
you've come across did, some
Oh,
did,
right.
most didn't. Some had them blue, had a blue triangle sort of branded on the forehead.
Right, we try and find a new camping spot then.
Okay, so you move off away from this area, and You can so Orbald, you can make another survival check, I guess. Have one last attempt.
Normal or advantage again.
Well, I suppose it's advantage if everybody's helping.
I'm definitely helping.
Hey,
Hey,
that's better.
okay, right. So you find you sort of head off, like I say, you head off from away from that area, and find yourselves inside in like a small pleasant ravine. It's about 10 feet wide, with the cliff sides rising up about 40 feet above you on each side. So it's it's quite narrow and sheltered, and there's a crystal clear stream running through it.
Cool.
And Tackling, you can make a wisdom check.
No,
Oh.
you can't.
Okay, maybe not.
The low rolls continue.
Oh well. So yeah, you move through. You notice there's it's not apparent at first, but after a while you notice there appears to be the remnants uh, of like stone, of like some of the stones appear to have been artificially placed, and it's almost as if there's the remnants of like some kind of pattern or circle or something. It's a lot of it's been disturbed and knocked over and overgrown. So you're not sure.
Are we camping?
Oh.
But
It could be like when they set up those things in the forest to hide, not hide. What do you call them now?
No hide.
It's a Scottish word for them, isn't it?
Like a bovy or something.
That's it. Yeah, I think it's a bothy.
yeah, so there's you move through it, and there's like a scattering of small, thin, quite young trees. There's a profusion of quite tame white cockatoos that quite happy don't they're quite happy when you move close. In fact, some of them they'll like take flight from the branches and even land on your shoulders and your backpacks.
And shit on our heads.
And then comes the mother of all parrots to get you.
Still watching out for that fucker.
No, we weren't
There
out
is
what
a
long
lot.
about, did we?
I mean, do we notice that things seem to be almost like hyper friendly towards our druid? All of a sardine.
No, it's not. It's not particularly towards anybody, anyone in particular.
The circle of stones, is that like? I mean, we've just come back from Ossington, so well, they were a long time ago. But is it of a similar? Is it of a similar vein? Is that something that we should?
It might be, but that you failed your wisdom check, so.
Alright.
No, but the rest of us were there, so do we?
Yeah,
Kind
but
of
it were a druid. It were a
total-
druid thing.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's like I say,
Okay.
it's long. There's hardly anything. It's only like vague, almost like a faded footprint, if you will, or the equivalent of. No, obviously it's not a footprint, but you know.
Understood.
Is it a bear footprint?
Yeah, it is a big bear stamping on your head. But yeah, it looks like it's quite sheltered. It's pleasant. There's fresh water. There's even a little where the sides of the ravine overhang somewhat in places. So it's not perfect, but it's quite decent amount of shelter.
Awesome.
Okay. Let's set
Well
up
done,
camp
Obald.
here then. Cheers.
Okay.
Not bad for a second attempt.
Righto. So, if everybody on their in watch order wants to make a perception roll.
Me first, I think.
Just pull that one up. Yeah, for Fook, and then Lou High.
24.
Or me next.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
Then me. Then tackling. And then Cade.
So well, good rolls.
Okay. Is that everybody? Okay, right.
Yep.
Right. So you pass away, and you're dead. You pass away, pass away another pleasant and surprisingly quiet and restful evening. On your watch, while each you're on your watch, there's often you often get a sense of being watched, but strangely it doesn't feel sort of in a like a sinister or a malign way. It's almost if almost something's watching over you. Yeah, like you used to feel when you were a small child and you catch your mum watching over you while you were sleeping or
Fook
something like
screams in terror
that.
as flashbacks to his childhood living dirt-stricken on the streets, chasing rats for food.
Or dreams of what it might have been like if you had a happier life.
Okay.
At the same time, the twin moons sit overhead, both one waxing and one waning. But yeah, you wake the next morning, refreshed and ready to go. And each of you, in your palm of your hand, find a pretty delicately decorated shell.
Ed? I'll check it out.
This is not creepy at all.
Tiny little shell, about the size of like a winkle. About the size of your thumb, about the size of your thumbnail.
It's not filled with like parakeet shit, is it?
No, it's all like I say, it's polished and it's all really intricately like decorated, like crazy, like the detail, the like tiny detail of it looks impossible to.
Only our druid had rolled higher, so we'd know what the hell is going on.
Are there any naked snails knocking around? Try talking to them if you want. See where they came.
Everybody else tells you they're slugs, Jacqueline. They're slugs.
Can I roll like any check, like a history check, arcana check, just anything to work out what's happening here?
If there's anything that looks like it's going to be a magic item, it's going to be an intricately carved little shell. If the level of detail is that much.
You can, if you want to think, if you as the role you want to make, you think might be of use, by all means you can make it.
I would, to be honest, I'd probably do your ritual and have a look at it, see if it's magical first.
Well, I'll do my check. Okay, I see what you mean. Okay, I ritually cast detect magic to see if they detect as magical.
Okay, they're not magic at all.
Jacqueline eats his.
Yeah. Well, that would be a letdown.
Eat the shell.
Yeah, just eats it. It's a gift from the gods.
Okay, what are you swallowing it? Okay.
And then you just cough up blood as it just shatters inside your sarcophagus.
Right.
Self inside.
Tackling just necks it in one go, gags and chokes for a little bit, and then eventually he manages to swallow down this shell.
You thought that hurt swallowing it. Wait till it fucking comes out, you idiot.
Yeah, wait till it's cut your stomach up and your stomach acid starts leaking out.
You idiot.
Excuse me. Who's the druid here? Who knows about animals?
Who's the one that's the medicine guy?
Me.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
You can sort me out then, can't you? When I'm shitting blood.
I can make you pay for it. Work for that. No, Fafuk will carefully store it away. He's not sure what it is, but it was clearly important to something or someone. And he doesn't want to piss off any creatures in the jungle as much more than he can help it right now.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything in particular?
Nah. Just
No,
the usual.
my backpack.
The usual. Get us water, apply the repellent, etc.
Okay. Kay, doing anything different today?
No, just the usual things. I play
Oh, yeah. Ritual
with my
identify of.
pseudo dragon a little
Oh,
bit.
no, what? Sorry, say that again,
Go
Steve.
ahead.
I play with Luna, because we haven't had fun for a while, but that's all.
Okie dokie.
Ooh, roll that's an Arcana check to try and work out what my shield does.
Okay. Well, I don't think you're able to determine anything new, really, than what you've already kind of figured out.
Okay, so it gives advantage to distance attacks on me, but it reduces damage I take by half.
Um,
And is that just my shield? It's not the one that Tacklin's got as well. So it's just the one I've got.
Your
so yeah, it's just yours, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it gives you resistance to damage from ranged attacks, but they don't have advantage against you.
But then why do I?
It just diverts them all to you.
Yeah, that's the thing that seemed to be happening when we were testing it. Attacks seem to be almost drawn to me.
Yeah, it magnetizes you to ranged attacks.
Okay, cool. No, that's fine. Fafuk is satisfied more or less that he thinks he understands what's happening and is willing to accept the risks for now. And that's Fafuk's morning ritual done then.
Okay. So yeah, after about an hour, you're ready to set off again. You fill your water skins from the water, which is like really surprisingly icy cool and really refreshing. Before you set off again, following this narrow ravine, which quickly starts to open up. The walls of it still towering about 40-50 feet above you, but it quickly widens to about maybe about 100 yards across. And as you venture, you head out along this ravine. The clouds darken and it starts to rain quite heavily. You carry on. So you go on for maybe an hour or two more, and the ravine starts to narrow again a little bit. And as you do, as it does, rather, the sky starts to darken, and a shadow falls across the ravine, and you hear a rumbling sound, rumbling of thunder or something in the distance.
Water.
And a little way
Reality.
ahead, you can see the sort of the stream that's been flowing down the middle of this ravine. You can see it's feeding into sort of a small lake ahead, and there's a number of sort of largish dinosaurs taking water from the lake. Right, this rumbling sound, this sort of rumbling sounded like almost like distant thunder gets louder, and you notice it's not thunder at all. It almost sounds like stampeding animals. And then that's when you see the first of the zombies fall from the top of the ravine, and then they just come pouring down, like hundreds of them, just pouring down this ravine, falling down like just fall into a pile. Some of them getting crushed as they hit the bottom, but as they pile on top of each other, they just flow and roll outwards and slowly start. And the ones and then they slowly start to pick themselves up, and they surge forward down into this ravine towards this small lake, and they're just like this river of them pouring off the top of this cliff.
So, where are we in relation to this?
You're
We, like, see them
about
in front of us.
yes, so this is happening in front of you, maybe about 100 yards ahead of you.
Can we back away slowly and get behind something so they can't fucking see us?
Yeah.
Yeah, we try and back away so they can't see us
Okay.
and just get under a bit of cover. We don't want to attract their attention if we can help it.
We just want to like completely leave the area.
Let's just see what they do first.